Hello everyone. I've already made this video once and did a boo-boo. So this video is for a list sent to me by Simon Brecken. I will put his links in the doobly-doo. Simon is right now struggling. His brother is fighting cancer, and there's also a link if anyone wants to go and help Simon's brother. And Simon has a painting service where he's actually painting up an army for me right now. So I will happily give Simon some distraction from his real life problems, and this is basically it. So Simon has sent to me a Gurka Filth list. This is a British reinforced platoon, 17 order dice, 1,000 points. And you'll see many of the things that happens when people are building Gurkha assault lists. I've done this myself multiple times. If you go and watch my video on my game with Achilles, my list is pretty similar to what you'll see here. This is the standard archetypical assault type build that you'll see in this list here. 17 order dice is pretty good though. It's fairly high for what you can do with 1,000 points, especially because you're using many of those points on expensive Gurkha units. So we have an inexperienced lieutenant, second, the cheapest one you can get. You're gonna have to do that if you want to have enough order dice in a Gurkha list. Then we have Gurkha units, 8-man units. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 of those. The NCO has the submachine gun. That is not really necessary, although if you do have the points, why not? It's only 2 points because they are tough fighters anyway. The units themselves are 8-man units because that is the perfect size for an assault unit. If you build them bigger, they become expensive, but they're not going to get that many more assaults. If you build them smaller, you're gonna lose assaults, which is what you want to have. So 8-man for me is the perfect size. And 114 points is not that expensive for 8 Gurkhas. 10-man regulars cost 100 points. The Gurkhas are way more useful. So they're veteran, they have the tough fighter, and scary blights a special rule, which is what makes them really work. Simon is also bringing the free forward artillery observer, of course, because that is there to deliver those pins so the Gurkhas can charge. And having 3 units of Gurkhas means that you have redundancy so that you can actually get your units into close combat with the enemy. They can like bridge that gap and get into contact range. Then we have 2 Canadian engineer sections. One of them is without a flamethrower, which I do not get. Maybe there is some special rules for whatever this is built for that you can only bring 1 flamethrower. If you have 5 men engineers, there's no reason not to take the flamethrower. Although I can see this is one of the places where in the British list you can get access to a lot of submachine guns. So one unit has 4 submachine guns, the other has 3 submachine guns, which, okay, that might be a thing, but I still think that if you have engineers, you should go flamethrower. Up and Atom being the special rule for this, you could go and look at others as well. Up and Atom I've used extensively myself. I really like it. It is very, very good, but it only benefits the Gurkhas. If you want something that can benefit your whole army, I think you should look at Vengeance. Vengeance is the one where you can remove pins, and that will typically allow you still to do the charges with the Gurkhas, but it will also allow your engineers to remove a pin, possibly remove a pin. So it's way more useful if you have a lot of regular units in your army, and it also benefits your vehicles. Then we have a medium mortar, inexperienced, again very, very cheap, gonna have to do this in order to boost the dice count. A sniper team, regular. A Piat team, regular. Light artillery piece, regular. Drop my mic here. Drop the mic. The light artillery is really good. 65 points with the spotter. It's very cheap, and it has that 25 pounder AT shell, which means that you have a +4 to penetrate. This is really useful. Really good. The SAS Jeep is the armored car choice here. I am not myself a huge fan of the SAS Jeep, mostly because you have weapon systems pointing backwards and forwards, which means that what you really want to do is you want to drive it into the middle of the enemy and turn it sideways so that it can split fire, which will not happen often. So for me, I think you're paying a few points for some shots that you're most likely not going to use. But it is pretty cheap at 60 points with that many machine gun shots. It is very cheap. And it is also very good. Recce will make it very survivable. And the HMG will mean that you can damage vehicles, which is cool. Then we have the Jeep. That is to transport the Piatti. Inexperienced, yes. 15 CVT, 3 of those, 1 for each of the Gurka units. Perfect. That will mean that you can transport your Gurkhas up and get them into contact with the enemy if the enemy is pinned down and is not ambushing your vehicles as you move up. And finally, a Stuart, the darker version, 130 points, 8 plus, a lot of machine gun shots. Perfect list. For me, the only thing that I maybe am not a fan of is the SAS, and then you do have some static elements in this list, Simon. You have the artillery and the medium mortar and the sniper. Those are static, they're not moving, whereas the rest of your list is moving. So it's a bit of a give and take for me. My flavor of this is that I really like to have everything moving, but I can see the point of having these very strong unit choices. So, very strong list, Simon. Thank you so much for it, and good luck with your family issues, and cheers.